We're shaking, folks. Back with another reaction, back with another Morrissey tune from the period and the release, Bona Drag, though again, only going through the tunes that I haven't reacted to previously. And we're going to listen to Michael's Bones, and I didn't check the metadata in advance, but let me just do that now. I will say, it sounds a bit ominous, and using a given name, it sounds maybe like a child, whereas perhaps you would say Mr. Johnson or Mr. Smith if it was an adult. Okay, so the track properties. Okay, so the Last of the Famous B-side, or the Last of the Famous International Playboys. So does that, and wasn't it also the case with Lucky Lisp, or am I misremembering that? I'm not misremembering that. So this is the second B-side from the same single, apparently. But as I said, it sounds maybe like the remains of a young person. Again, perhaps Michael could be an adult, but that was my first thought when I looked at it, and it had a grim sort of sound. Let's find out if it actually is something like that, or at least if I can catch something like that on a first listen. This is Morrissey. The track is Michael's Bones.
Michael's bones lay where he fell, face down on a sports ground. He was just somebody's luckless son. Oh, but now look what he's done. Oh, look what he's done. Your unkissed lips are blue. Your thin clothes are hopeless, and no one was mad about you. Michael's bones were very young, but they were never to know. Impetuous fun. Mr. Policeman, I don't know where you get such notions from. His gentle hands are frozen, and his unkissed lips are blue. But his eyes still cry. Last bend and see, are we all just the same at the end? Tell me, tell me. Oh, lucky thing, you are too brave, and I'm ashamed of myself as usual.
That's a masterful tune. Wow, so it's like at first, it's like, okay, so it is a kid and he's found on a sports field somewhere, and he's, his lips are blue, his unkissed lips, which, it's an interesting way to describe them, to say the very least. And ultimately, I was first thinking, okay, so it's perhaps a kid who, had a random heart attack or something when playing sports, and it could be, the idea that you know, it's sort of like a Depeche Mode flies on the windscreen. Like, you know, we're all dead at some point, you know, and maybe some earlier than others, maybe some more unfortunately, some more brutally than others. But this is, you know, the character of life, and that is death. But then it's like he got to that line, like, you know, what are you even suggesting? Like, you know, talking about the police being around, and then it's not like, oh wait, so is he being questioned? Is he like, you know, has there been a suggestion that he actually did this to this kid? And then he keeps talking about like the kid's clothes, maybe they weren't that great, and like no one's outraged. So maybe it's like he wasn't playing sports or something. Maybe it was like, you know, just a kid who got found on school grounds, or at least, you know, some like a public sports park or whatever. But he clearly had been living outside, living rough, or, you know, basically an orphan or a street kid that, you know, no one's looking for or whatever, so no one's, you know, upset about it. And ultimately then we get to the end and he's saying like he feels bad for the kid that's there, and he's feeling ashamed at himself like always, and it's like, holy crap, so did he really kill the kid? Is that like what's happening here, as I slightly spilled tea on myself? So yeah, I wondered like if it was actually even darker than it seemed right at the beginning, when we were aware of a blue-faced kid with, you know, eyes still crying out, like face down. But yeah, it seems like maybe it was a lot darker than that. So yeah, curious to hear what people have to say about this one. Musically, I thought it was stunning. I love the mixture of electric and acoustic guitar. The electric guitar having a very bluesy feel, and it just kind of actually, the song overall had a sad sound to it, a very depressive sound. So, but again, I love the soft strumming of the acoustic guitar mixed with the, you know, riffing and, you know, real kind of soulful pain of the electric guitar. So really well composed tune, top track. Curious to hear what people have to say about this one, given the way I was trying to chart it lyrically. And yeah, again, another testament to not only Morrissey's vocal stylings, which again, you know, he's one of those unique singers. Like once you hear him, you know, and once you've heard at least a few songs, I feel like you'd never mistake that voice. And also a testament to his clever, if also wicked, songwriting without even knowing the full story here. I feel like it's another song that speaks to that. So, in any case, let me know what you think. I will see you next time. Peace.